You ever noticed how some people your age just seem to bounce back faster from a cold, while others are down for weeks? Maybe you've caught yourself thinking, why is it taking me longer to recover these days? You're not alone. As we get older, our immune system naturally slows down. It's like a once speedy car that now needs a little more time to warm up in the morning. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. Far from it. There are simple things you can do every single day to keep your body's natural defenses sharp and strong. And believe it or not, one of the most powerful tools might already be sitting in your fruit bowl. Yes, I'm talking about a humble, everyday fruit that often gets overlooked. But it can do wonders for your immune health, especially if you're over 60. So grab a comfy seat, pour yourself a warm cup of tea, and let's have a heart-to-heart about your health, your strength, and how something as simple as one fruit can help you feel better, stay stronger, and age with more grace and energy. As we age, everything from our bones to our digestion starts to shift. Our skin gets thinner, our joints creak a little more, and our immune system, well, it doesn't always show up to the fight as quickly as it used to. You might find yourself catching colds more easily, taking longer to heal from a small cut, or just feeling a little more tired than you used to after being around others. That's your immune system quietly waving a white flag, saying, "Hey, I could use a little help here." And that's where nature steps in. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive health tonic. Sometimes the answers are simple, beautiful, and, yes, delicious. Let's talk about oranges. Not the flashiest fruit at the market, but don't let that fool you. This citrus wonder is a powerhouse, packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and a surprising number of other nutrients your body craves. And the best part? It's easy to find, affordable, and gentle on aging digestion. Now, before you think, oh, vitamin C? I've heard that before. Let me stop you. This isn't just about avoiding a sniffle or two. When you're over 60, every little immune boost matters. A strong immune system can mean fewer infections, better recovery times, less inflammation, and even a brighter mood. Yes, your immunity and your mental health are more connected than you might think. Think back to when you were younger, how easy it was to shake off a long week, a late night, or even the flu. As the years roll on, that same resilience takes more work. But what if adding one juicy orange a day could help support that natural resilience again? Let me tell you about Mr. Rahman, one of our lovely community members in his early 70s. 4 years, he was in and out of the doctor's office every winter. Seasonal coughs, sinus infections, the works. But after a routine checkup, his doctor simply said, "Start eating one orange every morning." That was it. No pills, no powders, just an orange with his breakfast. He chuckled at the simplicity of it but gave it a shot. Fast forward 6 months. Not a single cold. His energy improved. His digestion was smoother. Even his skin looked fresher. He swears by his orange medicine now. So why does this fruit work so well? Let's look closer. First, vitamin C is essential to immune health. Your body can't store it, so you need to get it daily. It helps your body create white blood cells, those little warriors that fight off bacteria and viruses. It also helps those cells work more effectively and protects them from damage. For someone in their 60s or 70s, that's like giving your immune system a fresh pair of glasses and a new pair of shoes. It helps it see better and move faster. But there's more. Oranges also contain flavonoids like hesperidin. These are natural compounds that fight inflammation, support heart health, and even help with circulation. Many seniors struggle with low-grade inflammation without even realizing it. It can cause joint pain, fatigue, and a foggy mind. Flavonoids help calm that inflammation down, so your body feels less like it's fighting itself and more like it's thriving. And then there's fiber. A medium orange has about 3 grams of fiber. That's especially helpful for digestion, which tends to slow with age. You might notice more bloating or constipation than you did years ago. Fiber gently keeps things moving and also supports your gut health, which, surprise surprise, is deeply linked to your immune system. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, many of which play a crucial role in how well you fight off infections. A healthy gut can mean a healthier immune system, and oranges feed the good bacteria your body needs. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You want to give those helpful microbes the right food to grow. Now, maybe you're thinking, well, I already take a multivitamin. Isn't that enough? That's a fair question. But here's the thing, real food works differently. When you eat an orange, you're not just getting vitamin C, you're getting it in a natural, balanced form, alongside all its supporting nutrients. Your body recognizes that. It absorbs it more efficiently, uses it more effectively, and responds to it more kindly than it does to a synthetic pill. Plus, let's not forget the joy of it. There's something satisfying about peeling an orange, feeling that fresh citrus burst in the air, and enjoying something that feels both indulgent and healing. Food can, and should, be a joyful part of your health routine. Now, if you're worried about the sugar in fruit, let me ease your mind. Yes, oranges contain natural sugar, but they also come with fiber and water, which help your body process that sugar slowly. It's not like eating a cookie or a slice of cake. In fact, studies show that whole fruits like oranges don't increase the risk of diabetes. Some even show a reduced risk when consumed regularly. It's all about balance and enjoying the fruit as part of a healthy lifestyle. If peeling and eating a whole orange feels like too much some days, that's okay. You can also slice them into a salad, add them to your morning oatmeal, or even squeeze some fresh juice. Just go easy on the juice portion, as it doesn't have the same fiber benefits. And if chewing is tricky due to dental issues, blending the fruit into a smoothie with yogurt or oats is a gentle and delicious option. Another lovely story comes to mind. Auntie Layla, a spirited 68-year-old who lives alone and takes pride in her morning walk. She began taking half an orange with her each day, eating it on a bench halfway through her walk. She says it's become a ritual. It wakes me up, brightens my mood, and makes me feel like I'm doing something good for myself. And that's really what this is all about, simple things that make you feel good inside and out. When we talk about aging, so often the conversation is about loss, losing energy, mobility, or memory. But what if we shifted that? What if we talked about gaining strength, gaining immunity, gaining joy in the everyday rituals that nourish us? You don't need to turn your whole world upside down to feel better. You don't need to follow a complicated diet or take 10 pills every morning. You just need to pay attention to the little things, the ones that are easy to overlook but make a big difference over time. Like one small, sweet orange. And no, I'm not saying this fruit is a miracle cure. It won't fix everything overnight, but it can help your body fight, heal, and thrive with more ease. And when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, that ease is everything. So tomorrow morning, when you sit down for breakfast, maybe reach for an orange. Peel it slowly. Savor the scent. Enjoy the texture. And as you do, know that you're giving your body a small but powerful gift. Because sometimes the simplest things hold the most power. And speaking of powerful changes, it's often the most ordinary habits that build up to extraordinary results. That one orange in the morning might seem like a small step, but over time it becomes part of something bigger, a rhythm of care, a quiet commitment to yourself. And once you've taken that first bite, you might find yourself asking, what else can I do to feel better? To stay strong? Let's build on that momentum. Because while the orange is an incredible fruit all on its own, it becomes even more powerful when you understand how to fit it into your lifestyle in a way that supports your entire immune system. This isn't just about one vitamin or one snack. It's about creating an environment in your body where your immune cells thrive, where they're ready for anything that comes your way, whether that's a seasonal bug, a minor injury, or just everyday stress. Stress, by the way, is one of the quietest enemies of your immune system. You might not see it, but you definitely feel it. Maybe it's the worry over your health, the isolation that sometimes comes with aging, or even the little frustrations that build up in daily life. Stress triggers inflammation, and long-term, that inflammation can wear down your immune system, leaving you more vulnerable to infections, slower to heal, and more fatigued overall. That's why it's so important to combine your physical habits with emotional ones. And oranges, believe it or not, help here too. Citrus scents have been shown to lift mood and reduce anxiety. There's something naturally calming about the fresh, zesty smell of a just peeled orange. It stimulates your senses, wakes you up, and gently tells your nervous system, hey, everything's okay. That's not just poetic. It's backed by research. Essential oils from orange peel, used in aromatherapy, have shown calming effects on the brain. So even before you eat the fruit, you're already doing something good for your well-being. It's like nature packed a little sunshine into every slice. And when you combine that emotional uplift with the nutritional strength of the orange, you start creating a daily ritual that your mind and body both look forward to. It becomes more than a fruit. It becomes a symbol of your commitment to yourself. Now, let's get a bit more practical for a moment. You might be wondering, how often should I eat oranges? Is one enough? Can I have more? For most people, 1 medium orange a day is a perfect dose. That gives you around 70 milligrams of vitamin C, which already meets your daily need, and then some. But variety is the key to long-term health, so you don't have to eat an orange every single day. You can mix in other citrus fruits like mandarins, tangerines, or even grapefruit. Just make sure to check with your doctor if you're on medications like statins or blood thinners, since grapefruit can sometimes interfere with them. If you like cooking or trying new things, adding citrus into meals is a fun and tasty way to keep things fresh. Try squeezing some orange juice over steamed vegetables. It adds a burst of flavor without the need for heavy sauces. Or zest a bit of orange peel into your salad dressing. That zest contains concentrated flavonoids and essential oils that support your immune system in a different way than the juice or pulp does. Even the peel has value. Some people dry orange peels and steep them into tea. It's aromatic, soothing, and gentle on digestion. Just make sure to use organic oranges if you're going to consume the peel, to avoid any pesticide residue. Now, here's a question I hear often from folks. What if I can't always find fresh oranges? Great question. Life doesn't always hand us perfect produce, and depending on where you live or your mobility, getting to the market regularly may not be easy. Frozen and canned oranges are still useful, but choose wisely. Look for canned oranges packed in water or natural juice, not sugary syrup. And when buying frozen, choose plain orange segments with no added sugar. These options still contain much of the same immune-supporting nutrients, and they can be a lifesaver when fresh isn't available. Some people even keep frozen orange slices in the freezer for a quick and cooling snack. On a hot day, there's nothing more refreshing. Plus, the cold can soothe a sore throat or wake you up if you're feeling sluggish. One of the most important things to understand at this stage in life is that your immune system isn't a switch you turn on or off. It's more like a garden. You nurture it over time. You water it, tend to it, feed it the right things, and yes, occasionally pull out a weed or two. And just like a garden, your immune system thrives with consistency. That's why adding a fruit like orange into your daily habits can be so effective. You're feeding that garden gently, regularly, and with intention. Now, let's talk about one more benefit of this beautiful fruit that often gets overlooked: hydration. As we get older, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. You might not feel thirsty even when your body really needs water. Dehydration, even in small amounts, puts stress on your organs, including your immune system. But oranges are made up of more than 85% water. That means they're not just feeding you, they're also gently hydrating you, keeping your cells happy and your energy more stable. So if you're someone who forgets to drink enough water during the day, adding juicy fruits like oranges can be a quiet way to keep your hydration levels up without even thinking about it. And let's not forget, hydrated skin, better joint movement, fewer headaches, and even more comfortable digestion are all lovely side effects of proper hydration. So, again, this little fruit does more than we often give it credit for. All of this makes oranges one of the best all-around fruits for seniors. They're easy to chew for most people, they don't upset the stomach, they're affordable, and they can be enjoyed in a dozen different ways. But most importantly, they're something you can enjoy and feel good about every single day. Still, let's not ignore the reality that habits, no matter how simple, can be hard to build. Maybe you're someone who hasn't eaten much fruit lately. Or maybe your routine has become so fixed that the idea of adding anything new feels like a hassle. That's okay. We've all been there. Start small. One slice. One wedge. Add it to a meal you already enjoy. Keep some oranges in a bowl where you'll see them often, maybe near the kettle or on your kitchen table. And remind yourself that this isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. Every day you choose something nourishing, you're investing in your health, your comfort, and your independence. You're telling your body, I care about you, because that's really what this journey is about, taking care of yourself in a way that feels doable, sustainable, and even joyful. You've spent decades caring for others, showing up, pushing through. Now, it's your time to turn that same care inward. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel well. And it starts with simple choices that grow into powerful change. One of the most beautiful parts of aging is the wisdom it brings, the ability to see what really matters. And in health, it's not the trends or the fads that last. It's the timeless things, the ones that nourish you from the inside out. So the next time you hold an orange in your hand, don't just see it as a snack. See it as a small act of care, a symbol of nourishment. A reminder that no matter your age, you can still make choices that strengthen you. You're not too old to thrive. Your immune system isn't too tired to fight. And your life isn't too full of habits to change. It all begins with intention, and maybe, just maybe, a little burst of citrus sunshine. It all begins with intention, and maybe, just maybe, a little burst of citrus sunshine. But here's the thing about intention. It works best when it's supported by consistency. And consistency is easier to build when it comes with pleasure. That's where oranges really shine. They're not just good for you, they're enjoyable. The sweetness, the juiciness, the sense of freshness with every bite, it doesn't feel like medicine. It feels like something you want to return to. And when you build habits around things you enjoy, you're not forcing yourself, you're nourishing yourself. That shift in mindset matters more than you might think. You're not being good, as if health is a punishment. You're honoring your body. You're giving it something beautiful and life-affirming. Something that feels good now and helps you stay strong for tomorrow. That mindset becomes even more important as we age. It's easy to feel like the world is asking us to slow down, to step back, to accept that energy loss, memory dips, or frequent illness are just part of the deal. But what if you challenged that idea? What if you said, no, I still have the power to feel better. I can still grow stronger. Because you do. You absolutely do. Take your immune system, for example. It doesn't retire at 60 or 70. It just needs more support. And it responds remarkably well to that support when you offer it consistently. Now, oranges are amazing, but they're part of a bigger picture. A single fruit can't do all the work alone. It works best when it's part of a simple lifestyle built around nourishment, rest, movement, and connection. Imagine your immune system as a table. The orange is one strong leg, but the table still needs other legs to stay steady. So let's talk about how to reinforce those other legs with simple habits that blend beautifully with your orange-a-day routine. Start with movement. No, I don't mean intense workouts or long walks that leave you breathless. I mean gentle, regular movement that helps your circulation and keeps your immune cells flowing through your body like a well-oiled machine. Even 10 minutes of stretching, dancing to your favorite music, or walking through your garden can do wonders. When you pair that movement with an orange afterward, you're helping your body recover, refuel, and stay resilient. Then there's sleep. It may not seem connected at first glance, but your immune system does its best work while you sleep. That's when your body repairs, resets, and recharges. If you're having trouble sleeping, and let's be honest, many people over 60 do, try building a wind-down ritual in the evening. A warm herbal tea, soft lighting, and maybe half an orange as a sweet bedtime treat. Not only does it satisfy that late-night craving, but the natural sugars and vitamin C can support nighttime tissue repair and lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Next comes connection, something we don't talk about enough when it comes to immunity. But loneliness has a direct impact on your health. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness weakens the immune system and raises inflammation in the body. Staying connected, whether it's through a phone call, a walk with a neighbor, or even watching a video like this one, helps remind you that you're not alone, that your well-being matters. And yes, food plays a central role in all of this. Oranges are your starting point, but you can build a colorful plate around them. Leafy greens, nuts, berries, whole grains. Think of it like making a mosaic of nourishment. The orange is the bright center, and everything else adds depth, texture, and flavor. You don't need to make a complete overhaul. You just need to layer healthy choices in slowly. One good thing leads to another. One orange leads to a better breakfast. A better breakfast leads to more energy. More energy leads to a short walk. That walk lifts your mood. That lifted mood helps you sleep better. And better sleep brings you full circle, back to a stronger immune system. That's the beautiful thing about health. It builds on itself. Now, let's pause for a second and reflect. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you've already lived through so much. You've raised families, built careers, cared for others, and endured loss and change. Your body has carried you through all of it. Isn't it time to return the favor? Supporting your immune system isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about finding the things that work for you and doing them with love, not pressure. Eating an orange isn't a chore. It's a gift, a daily act of self-respect. And when you start thinking that way, about your health, your choices, your aging, you start to feel different, stronger, calmer, more in control. And here's something you may not expect. The more you take care of yourself, the more you inspire others around you. Whether it's your spouse, your children, your grandchildren, or even your friends, when they see you making small, positive changes, they often feel encouraged to do the same. You become a quiet role model, proving that it's never too late to grow, to nourish, to thrive. Let me tell you about a couple I met during a wellness talk last year. Their names were Alam and Sophia. They were both in their 70s. Alam had struggled with frequent colds and fatigue. Sophia had arthritis and was feeling sluggish most days. But they decided to make one change together. Every morning, after far prayer, they'd split an orange and walk for 10 minutes around their yard. At first, it felt small, but weeks turned into months. Alam stopped getting sick so often. Sophia's morning stiffness began to ease. They looked forward to that orange, not just for the health benefits, but for the ritual, the pause, the joy. It brought them closer, made them feel young again. That's the kind of power we're talking about. Not just physical wellness, but emotional richness. When your body feels cared for, your spirit follows. So today, I want to leave you with this message. You're not too old to make a change. You're not too far gone to feel better. You don't need a complete makeover. You just need a beginning. Something small. Something sweet. Like an orange. It's okay to start slowly. In fact, that's often the best way. No rush. No pressure. Just one moment at a time. One choice at a time. You've already taken the first step by being here. By listening, learning, and caring about your health. And that means something. So tomorrow, when you see that fruit bowl, smile at it. Reach for that orange. Peel it slowly. Breathe in its bright scent. Let it remind you that your body still listens to what you give it, that you are still capable of building strength, of feeling joy, of living well no matter your age. Your immune system may not be what it once was, but with care, it can still protect you, still support you, still rise to the occasion. You're stronger than you think, and your future is still rich with possibility. If this message resonated with you, even just a little, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried adding oranges to your daily routine? Do you have a favorite citrus memory? Maybe a family recipe or a story from childhood? Share it below. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's support one another. And if this video brought you value, give it a like. It helps more seniors like you discover this content. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next small tip that could make a big difference in your life. Here's to your strength, your health, and the power of one simple fruit. Here's to living your best life at any age. Here's to living your best life at any age. And isn't that really what this is all about? Not perfection, not trying to look like you're 30 again, but waking up each morning with the energy to do the things you enjoy. Being strong enough to stay active, resilient enough to stay independent, and healthy enough to keep showing up for the people and the moments that matter most. You've already heard how one simple fruit, something as humble as an orange, can play a key role in all of that. It supports your immunity, brightens your mood, hydrates your body, and nourishes your gut. All of this adds up, slowly but surely, helping you age not just with strength, but with joy. But what happens when life gets in the way? Maybe you're traveling and can't get fresh oranges. Maybe you fall out of routine or you're dealing with a rough patch of health or mood. That's okay. It happens to all of us. The key is not to give up on yourself during those times. Health isn't a straight line. It's a winding path, and every step forward matters, no matter how small. So don't worry if you miss a day, or a week, or even a month. Just pick it back up again when you can. Let every new day be a new beginning. And if you ever feel overwhelmed, because yes, health advice can be overwhelming sometimes, just return to the basics. Eat real food, move a little, rest deeply, laugh often, and yes, enjoy your orange. Because aging doesn't mean fading. It means evolving, becoming wiser, clearer, more intentional. You've lived through decades of change, some joyful, some difficult. You've gained experience, insight, and perspective that the younger version of you couldn't have imagined. And that's something to celebrate, not hide from. Your body might have changed, but your ability to grow has not. I once met a woman named Najma who started painting in her 80s. When asked why she started so late, she said, "Because I finally stopped waiting to feel ready." That same mindset can apply to your health. You don't have to feel ready to take that walk, to eat better, to care more deeply for yourself. You just have to begin. It's never too late to feel better than you did yesterday. Never too late to fall in love with taking care of your body. And one of the most loving things you can do is to feed it something alive, something vibrant, something bursting with flavor and nutrition, like an orange. Let it be your daily reminder that nature has already given you what you need to thrive. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just return to the things that have always worked. The sunshine, the movement, the laughter, the sleep, the nourishment. And here's a beautiful secret. When you care for your immune system, you're not just avoiding illness, you're unlocking energy. You're creating a body that's not constantly battling in the background, but one that is open to play, movement, travel, learning, connection, and joy. Because you didn't come this far just to coast. You came this far to flourish. You deserve to feel vibrant. You deserve to have mornings where you wake up excited. You deserve to chase after your grandkids, tend to your garden, dance in your living room, cook your favorite meal, or just sit in the sun with a book and a smile, knowing that you're doing something kind for yourself. That's what health is. It's not just numbers on a chart. It's the freedom to live the way you want. So the next time you feel tempted to believe that your best years are behind you, I want you to remember this simple truth. Your body is still listening. Your cells still respond to love. Your immune system still wants to fight for you. You just have to give it the tools. And one of those tools? It might just be sitting in your kitchen right now. Pick it up, peel it, taste it slowly. Let the juice run down your fingers. Smile to yourself, not just because it's sweet, but because you are doing something that matters. Something that brings energy to your day. Something that says, I still care. I'm still here. I still matter. And you do matter. Your health matters. Your joy matters. Your presence in this world, especially in the lives of the people who love you, matters more than you probably realize. So please, take care of yourself, not out of fear, but out of love. Start with an orange. Stay curious. Stay kind to your body. And let that small choice become something bigger. Let it become your reminder that every moment is a chance to begin again. If you found value in this video, I'd be honored if you'd give it a like, leave a comment below, or share it with someone you care about. You never know how much one simple message can change someone's day or their life. And if you'd like more uplifting, practical health content designed especially for people like you, real people who are living, growing, and aging with purpose, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. We're building a beautiful, supportive community here, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Until next time, be well, stay strong, and remember, even one fruit, one smile, one step can change everything. Here's to you.